Hi, this is Megan with Goddess Elite. I am bringing you another review. Um, there is a deck out there. It's called the Gill Tarot. It's really, it's kind of like one of those fringe decks. It's not really well known, but it's really well done. It's based on the Thoth deck. The Thoth deck was a deck that was designed and put together by Aleister Crowley. When I say Aleister Crowley, mister, you're going to go, oh, Aleister Crowley. Aleister was fun. Aleister was great. He knew his numerology backwards and forwards. There were few people who were as brilliant as he was when it came to numerology. He also knew his Kabbalah. He was a great student of the Kabbalah. While he went off into some weird places with his Telema world and the whole prophecy with Telema in his book of Telema. He he designed this deck around the Kabbalah and around a lot of the classic. He blended the classic Rider-Waite with his special view on numerology and Kabbalah. The answer was the Thoth deck. This deck is based very closely on the Thoth deck, and I'm going to show you some of the cards in here. A lot of references to Kabbalism. So we have the first card, and on the back we have the tree. We also have a layout guide that is different. I've seen so many different layouts, from the Celtic Cross to the the 6 3-card spread, and around the world in 80 days, 12-card spread of the zodiac and so forth. We have a Tree of Life spread, which I thought was pretty cool. The Fool, highly stylized card. You can see how the art has this frolicky kind of lightness, which is not what you find typically in the Crowley deck. So I think that the person who was putting this deck together was shooting to bring out a little bit more light in the Thoth system. So that's my take on this deck. It's a much lighter deck in terms of what you get here. So Priestess, the Empress is great. The Empress is absolutely wonderful. For all of you out there who love Gaia, that is a wonderful representation. The Emperor is also well done, a little more, traditional. And we have the Hierophant. No, the Hermit. Can't need my glasses. The Lovers. This is a great Lovers card. Lots of color in this card. The Chariot is very, very much just like the Chariot. It's very reminiscent of the Thoth Chariot card. A lot of the same colors. No, that was the Hierophant back there. Here is Strength. Here's the Hermit. I love this. This is a great Hermit card. It's one of the best I've seen for the classic, in the classic tradition. Justice. The Hanged Man is portrayed as a bit of a fool, which I've seen in one other deck, the Tarot, the Old Path, depicts the Hanged Man as a fool clown hanging upside down. 13 is the Angel of Death. As you can see, I mean, there's wings in that card, so there's a divine aspect to death. Temperance. I like this Temperance card. It's a great Temperance card. The Devil card in this is probably one of the more classic representations of the Devil. I really like this card. This is, for all of you out there, it's a great representation. It's almost a little too Baphomet for my liking. I think Baphomet gets a bad rap sometimes. But I do like Baphomet, but this is clearly not a Baphomet. But there are some references too. But I still love the card. Tower. The Star is a great card. The Moon, very traditional. Almost henge-esque, almost this idea of a henge with those two standing stones there in the background. This is a great Sun card. The Gill Tarot does a great job in this card. It's a great representation of the Sun. Judgment is also well done. I like the Judgment card in this. World. Then we get into some of the suits, which are a little bit, what should I say? Well, you get almost like the traditional word. So for you who want to read a deck and not want to work with a book too much, there are words with the classic kind of tarot divination interpretation on the card. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Sometimes I like the freedom to not go with that word that's printed on the deck. That can be a little restrictive sometimes. But it can be a great guide when reading to help you to, read the cards. And indeed, every deck is going to adapt itself to every reader, and every read is going to be adapted to the deck you're working with. That goes without saying. That's why we read with different decks. So, very, very classic. I'm going to try to cut some of these cards out here. Give you some highlights. They're mostly very simple pip cards with a big number on the front, so you can't get it wrong. And of course, in this suit, we see fire, so it's going to be rods. Fire is the elemental associated with rods. So you'll find associations to the element in each card for each suit as well. So, cups. Clearly it's going to be cups because we have a lot of water in the cards. Here is a sea monster, kind of a dragon sea monster. definitely. Cups. I'm going to do too many more. I'd like to let you explore these on your own. The Gill Tarot it's a very rich tarot. It has a lot of good imagery. It is kind of like an offshoot or a tribute to the Thoth deck by Crowley, which, you know, be it known, I mean, it's a good deck. I have a Crowley deck, and it is a good deck. There are some more esoteric rooted decks out there. The Handel deck is one of those. We'll be doing a review on that one hopefully very soon too. The Handel deck is a wonderful deck, and I'd invite you to check that one out too. If you ever get the chance, I'll do a review on that hopefully pretty soon. But the Gill Tarot, if you're looking for a Crowley type deck that's got good numerics, it's got references to Kabbalistic, the Kabbalistic system in it. That's a nice deck of cards. Nice solid feel. It's a little bit wider than a regular deck too, which gives it a nice solid hand feel when you're working with it. So check out the Gill Tarot at Goddess Elite. This is Megan saying good night and see you again soon. Love you. Bye.